What's up, guys? This is Nate from Fantasy Racing Customs, and as promised, it's going to be a kind of a long process, but, well, maybe it won't be, because I've done it once before, and, basically I'm doing this again because I wanted, like I said before, I wanted to change up a few different things, than the last one. Not too many changes, but just a few. I haven't even fully decided what I'm going to do yet. I've got a slew of parts that I can put in here. Such as one decision I've already made is this is the 427 out of the Camaro, and I had wanted to do I had wanted to put this in the last 65, and I never did. I ended up putting just the 283 with the chrome stuff on it in there. So this is going to go in there. It will be wired, I believe. Okay, so you're going to halfway zoom, or you're going to halfway focus on that. Come on. Anyways, you can kind of see it there. I've got the holes drilled for wires. The other side too. Yep, got the holes drilled on that side too. So, and I have the header. I have one of the headers for it. Looks like I'm gonna have to create my own. So, I don't know why the light's going crazy. So, anyway, so there's the header for it. I'll try to recreate that. Basically with the C-notch, and I'll do a few different videos since I'm recording on my phone and I don't really have all that much time, and I can't upload super large videos, so I'll have to just hope that my computer is going to be up to par. So far, as you can see, I have some parts kind of just sprawled out here. I was thinking about using this rear end because it was all solid, but that one is much beefier. I'll figure out something to do with the pumpkin. Maybe I'll just, I don't know, I'll figure something out with that. Interior, really haven't done anything yet to it. Cleaned it up. I'm going to test out some hinges, I think, on that 67 GTO. I'm going to try to make me some hinges, and I might be opening up these doors. Haven't fully decided yet. So, basically, cab getting cleanup work ready to go. You can see there's got a little bit of a mold line there. Again, surprisingly, this truck is very well molded for the most part. I mean, there are a few flash issues. I already took care of one that was up in here. But it wasn't, I mean, it's nothing really to fret too much. It took me like 2 minutes to get most of the flash off of this. So, I will be doing the same type of paint scheme, I think just in a different color. So it'll be whatever the color is. This line here and the roof, because the roof is actually separate, will be in white. Possibly. I may do maybe black and red, or red and black, or, whatever. I don't know. I haven't 100% decided yet. So to get my notch, basically what I did last time is I mocked up my rear end, because it actually stays in there without needing too much tape, or any tape. Actually, there's no tape on this. And then I took, this is off of the tree, So you have these little rings here for the stock rims. You basically just saw one in half, and then there's like an inner, there you go, there's like an inner little notch. You can just notch up a little bit higher. Be very careful, and I'll show, when I go do the next video, I'll show you exactly what I mean. But it gives you a pretty decent space that actually kind of, it almost perfectly fits right in here, these little channels. And then so I will probably be using my extreme power glue, because that stuff is awesome, and then let it set, you know, whatever, overnight. Make sure the glue is good and dry, and then once you know for sure that it's good and dry, you just take your saw, knife, whatever, and you just cut out the middle, and then voila, you got yourself a notch. This time what I will be doing though is I will be going through and I will be filling in most all of this stuff. Downside to doing this notches is you lose 2 of your mounting points for your bed. So, but mine came out just, my first one came out just fine. This one should come out just fine since I'm going to be doing the same exact thing. Oh, and I went ahead and put my back on. This comes separate. Some people say it's easier to get the interior in first and blah 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 blah. You know what? I'm not waiting. I don't like these lines, so I'm going to fill them. And as you can see, right there, it fits just fine. No problems. Okay, I'm a little off, but that's fine. Not even really that bad off, because I pushed it down too far. So, anyways, so yep, that's gonna be for this one, and then I will go through and I will cut my hole out of my bed, so it'll accept the notch and I can drop it all the way down. One thing I will not be doing, even though I did it the last time, was this rear end comes molded all together like this, and what I did was I sawed off these arms, moved them to the center, straightened them out, and then I drilled a hole in the side of the frame and mounted them that way. I don't think I'm going to be doing it that way again. Not that it came out looking bad, because I mean it's certainly feasible to do on the real vehicle, and I say feasible because my 67 Suburban has this exact setup for the rear end. And basically all I would have to do is just loosen it up and shove everything this way. I would have to put a little bend. In real life, I would have to put a bend here or come up with something different, straighten out the mounts or whatever. But again, it is totally feasible to do. So I'll get working on that. And then the front end, basically what I did was fairly simple, which I will show also in another video, as I've got the cameo over here finally. Oh, sorry, I cleaned up my desk a little bit and my area. I basically just shoved everything in there. I'll go through all of it later. But yeah, I cleaned up my area so I can come back over here and start working again. You know, I got everything. So anyways, sorry, I'm jumping back and forth on my subjects. So Okay, so for this truck here, yeah, your upper control arms are molded into the frame. Not a problem. You just lob them off. Okay, same thing with your lower control arms. And I just went ahead and glued, I think I glued on the last one, I glued this into place. And then made a slight little relief cut for my axle, because it's going to need to move. I don't put an extreme camber on it. I don't know, I just don't. So you have to put a relief cut, and when you go to glue everything, I used the rims and tires that I was using, and went ahead and just loosely fit them on there, and then glued it into place, whether it was straight or whatever. And then I bent this, because I made a relief cut, I bent this down accordingly and straightened out the wheel. So it's not a bad idea, not a bad way to go. Again, like I said, I'll show you in a video how I did it later. So getting yeah, so until the next video, which I think is going to be a mashup. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a mashup. I just have that feeling. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. What's up, guys? Okay, so now we're on the second part of this, and this is just going to be a short video for the notch process. So basically what I'm doing here is, as you can see, I've now removed one of these, and I believe these are the back portion of the stock wheels. Even if I decide I'm still going to use the stock wheels, you're never going to see these anyway, so it's not going to be a big deal if I don't put one in. They give you this one here, but these are this one's way too thin. It won't work. These are a lot thicker. They work a lot better. They're about the width of what the frame is. Basically what I've got now here is I basically just lined up as close as I could as center, and if you cut them out with a knife and not clip them out, you can use the center point along the two tabs that are left over if you cut a little bit long like I do, and then I trim down. So now the next process is cutting them, and you kind of have whichever your poison is. I guess is a good way to put it. I have my knife. I also have somewhere around here, somewhere. I have my saw. I like my saw. It works out really well. So I'll probably end up using that. The only thing I can suggest is if you have a mat like mine where it's kind of soft, and I will put it on my cheap table. I paid probably about the same amount of money for this that I did for this, which isn't a lot. It's like $5. I got this on clearance. So if I screw this up, it doesn't really bother me that much than if I had done this. As you can see, I've already kind of tagged it up a little bit. I've cut into it, as you can see right here, the marks. So it's just a cheap table. I know you guys have other ways of doing it, whether it be on your pad or it be on something else or whatever. This just works for me. So whatever works for you, and we'll be back for the next segment. Okay, so here we are. We have the two halves cut, and they are actually got it pretty well perfect the first try. So now the next step of the process is, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but I'm going to do my best. And it doesn't want to focus. Come on. I guess, anyways, you can kind of see that there's a little kind of like tongue section for the center. So basically what I'm going to do is I will cut away till just that center piece, just a little bit, so it'll actually set the middle section of that will actually set inside of here. So that will be part of the next process. So yeah, I'll see you in the next stage of this. Okay, so this is what, part 3, part 4, I think part 3. Alright. So this is gonna be kind of hard to see, so we're gonna try to do this. There it goes. So as you can see, I cut it down very carefully. It took me a second to remember how I did it, which was basically I took the tip of my knife and slit down on either side and then cut off right there using just the tip of my knife. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. You do want to be careful, because this one, which was the exact perfect half of the other one, I screwed up on, and now it's a lot shorter. So now I can't use this, I'll have to cut a new one. That's okay, I got 3 more of those, which gives me 6 more of these. But this next time, now that I know how to do it again, which is slit, slit, and then slit, slit. I don't know, maybe set it up like this, cut out your 2 sides, and then you cut off the excess that way. So now you have it, and you might have to do a little bit of trimming, but now you need it to go on there. Shit. I just had this. Oh, son of a bitch. So basically, you fit it in like that and glue it into place. And after you get both sides and you get them perfect, you want to try to get it as center as you can. Like mine has got to go forward a little bit. Glue it, let it dry, and then you just cut out appropriately on the frame. And then, like I said, I got to come up with a 4-link for this, but now you'll be able to, or a 2-link something, I don't know entirely just yet. I may do the old way that I did, the way I didn't want to do it, but I may still do it that way just because I know that that method works. So, because you are going to have to clear your frame to get it to drop all the way down. So, but yeah, so there you have it. Glue that in place. I may do another video showing you with the this section just gone. But until then, until the next video, I'm not sure if it's going to be another 4th one or not, so just in case it's not, this is Nate from Famous Racing Customs, signing off. Alright, so I believe this will be part 4. I still have not gone back through and looked through my videos. Okay, so now we have them installed. Now you can install them any way you want to. I prefer to leave the 3-stepped edge on the inside, and leave this nice, just smooth round on the outside. I don't know why, that's just how I do it. So we're gonna let this dry for a little bit longer, and it's in there. I mean, it's not really going anywhere. So, let's see, a little off, maybe? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Can't really find out right now because I still have a whole bed. So, whoops. It's not going to fit on there. But, pretty well sure... Nope, that's right. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. So, so yeah, now it's just a matter of getting this, letting this dry for a little bit. Probably for this stuff, like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'll probably give it a solid 30 before I go through. And I will take my trusty razor saw, modeler's best friend right here, without a doubt. Can be tricky to learn at first, but once you do learn, man, I mean, this can be a real dangerous tool in your hand. Meaning that you can actually, you can do some really wicked cuts with this. I know I have used just the tip, going, and I'll probably hold it like that sometimes. Probably not the smartest thing to do, because if you slip, you're gonna cut yourself with this. But that's what I do. And then just if I'm doing like one little tiny spot, so so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut inside, 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 inside. And then you're not gonna have any frame there, but this is all gonna be dry. This is pretty well sturdy, and as I said before, I mean, it mates up, I mean, almost perfectly. You may have to use a little bit of filler if you like. I went and I have a little edge on this side, right about here, that I'm going to have to fill in. Actually on that side too, because I didn't take in for the angle, but that's okay. So it's like kind of like a tongue and groove. So I had the tongues and they go into the groove, and they're glued into place there. And notch is almost, so the notch is almost complete. I went ahead and just to help center myself up, which I'm a little bit off center, and that's gonna be okay. I don't know how I got it so well the first time, but yeah. Oh, it might be just about center. It might be a little forward when it's all the way up. But then again, you never know. So that's it for now. I actually might just go ahead and let this sit overnight. I might just I don't know. I might just call it a night. I'm getting kind of tired. Been talking a lot, not just on camera, but like family and stuff. But so yeah. Until next time, folks. This is Nate, Famous Racing Customs, signing off. Alright, so I lied. There's going to be one more video. Not that you guys really know if I skipped a day or not, maybe, other than my clothes would be changed. Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, okay, so Got our trusted razor knife, and we have now cut inside to inside. And now you have, if you've done all of your cuts and your measurements correctly, you will have a perfect C-notch. And I like these ones better than just the square C-notches. These ones have more of a custom look to it. And, oh yeah, that's right. It won't go past the arms there. So, but anyways, this gives it a more, I think, a custom look to it. And, so that's the first part of how to, I think I'll name this whole segment in how to lower a 65 Chevy. So, I do need to go through and do some cleanup work first. And don't be afraid if it looks ugly. That's why most of you guys have some sort of putty. So, because trust me, right now, I mean, it does look fairly ugly in there, if it'll ever focus in. But it wants to focus on the back wall. Maybe. There we go, it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's kind of ugly inside there. So, I just have some, a little bit of work to do. And to prove to you that it is strong in there. And there you go. No problemo. Everything's all nice and straight. So, there we go. I will be pulling out the other 65 for references. Because I'm going to need them. You know, it's been it's been over a year. Because that truck, which you can't see because I don't have it on, with my light on, let's just go ahead. Whoa. There have been financial hardships, and with his wife expecting their first child, he simply wanted to be closer to home. The FAA shows 3 aircraft from the space from the first one was another transport job. Second, Air Force pilot staying on vacation to Georgia. But the third one, a single-engine Cessna registered to Alfred Holbrook, who was busted 30 years ago, possession with intent to sell. Shit. Well, that's quite the pickle. Well, let's see here. So there it is, out of its case, and the first time in months, and it's still very nice looking. One of the things that had been bugging me is I got a little bit of super glue on the actual paint here, and you know, I really just liked the way this truck looked, and I was gonna fix it, but then I was afraid to try. And so basically how I got the glue onto the paint was I was pulling off the mask. I had all this glued together and it all fell apart. So that's why this time around I'm using a different glue. And so That's what it looks like. So, but yeah, be using this as a reference because I've got a lot of work to do on this still. So, after I get done doing the notch, I will explain better on how I got the rims to look like that. So, yeah, until next time. This is still my favorite truck. This is just going to be my second one. Because they're going to be somewhat, somewhat identical. I did remove it. Alright. Somewhat identical, but not completely identical. You know, there are going to be some differences, i.e. like the paint is going to be a different color. Just going to do a few things differently. I might put a little bit more detail into this one. Certainly, and this is what I was talking about. This is the first time I had ever done something this drastic. And, yeah, that looks horrible. And I never trimmed them, I just left them, didn't even care. I was just happy to have it done. Yeah, once I get the whole lowering process done, I'll show you how I did the wheels. Which is not all that hard, really. Decide what color I'm going to paint it. Yeah, so when I get to that point, then, you know, I'll keep you guys informed, obviously. I think that's all the reference I need right now, so it's going to go back in its case. Basically, what I was referencing is, you can see, it sits on a slant because of this cross member right here. So, because I believe it's not 100% right in frame, but it is very close. So, I was just checking, and that cross member would have been right here. And you can see I didn't do the greatest job cleaning that up either. Like I said, it was the first time I'd done this, anything this really extreme since I gotten back into the hobby. So, yeah. We'll keep you guys involved, you know, informed, I suppose would probably be the better word for it. Basically, I'll just keep doing my videos, and, you know, you guys can chime in whenever you'd like. You guys do whatever, it's a free country. So, anyways, this has now been going on just a little bit too long. So, this is Nate, Famous Racing Customs, signing off.